Good morning and welcome to the Zach Ratliff Show. I'm Zach. Thanks for being with me. I'll start out by thanking my sponsors, Mortgage Financial Services here in Texarkana, Elmwood Custom Goods, and Church on the Rock, Texarkana. That's churchontherock.org. Thank them for being a part of the show, and without them, it wouldn't be possible in the format that you see. So I appreciate that. All right, I want to jump right in from a post or an article on ChristianPost.com. The title of the article is Tucker Carlson Claims Fox News is Anti-Christian. Execs are uncomfortable with faith. You know, I believe that. I don't know. They might tell you they won't. I know in my experiences with different companies and media companies, certainly, you're told daily not to mention Jesus, not to talk about God. People get uncomfortable about it. A lot of that can lead to, has led to me being here, doing my own thing. So, yeah, in my experience, it's not uncommon for media companies to tell you not to talk about God, to not talk about Jesus. No one wants to hear that. This isn't religious programming. Where for me, it's just a way of life. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm no saint. Well, let's go with the biblical definition of that. But no, I'm no saint, as they say. But I do believe in Jesus. I do strive to be like him. I do want to get better each day. Also, road rage hits every now and then. I don't get out of my car and do crazy stuff. But, I may call somebody something I shouldn't have. There's the human part of it. I certainly don't think I'm perfect. But when Tucker comes out and says Fox News isn't Christian, well, if they're just a bigger example of the media company and companies that I know of and that I've been inside of, then yes, I could say that's true. But those people don't think they're anti-Christian. They think they're just no one wants to hear that. From my experience, like I say, now I'm sure there are some very Christian media companies out there. Well, actually, I know of a couple, and so when I read that article, I thought, yeah, that's right. Any pressure that's been put on me, just being, Zach from Texarkana, and how much I wasn't allowed to talk about God or Jesus, and how uncomfortable that I was told it made people. Which, side note, anybody that's followed the show very long, you weren't the people that made uncomfortable. So it just the pressure that can be put on in an area like Texarkana on how you're not allowed to do it. I imagine on a national company like that, yeah, I would say that that's probably true. That they're very afraid of Christianity, which blows my mind. How look, and it's not just media companies. How anti-Christian the world is until you read the Bible, of course, and realize that the world is against you to being a Christian. The majority of the world are not Christians, and the majority of the world are not going to be Christians. That being said, we're supposed to take the message to the world. Everybody needs to know that there's hope in Jesus. That doesn't mean everybody's going to accept it. And we are told we will be persecuted for his name's sake, his name being Jesus. So, anyway, I saw that and just thought, yeah, that seems right. From my personal experience, and then from experiences of others that I've heard of in this town and elsewhere throughout my network that I have of just multiple people, I would guess that that's going to be right. All right, let's move forward. Kevin Bass, PhD, on X.com. This is interesting. All these Democrats turning against us and worried about Trump being against the Constitution and all the things. Okay, this statistics came out yesterday. They published these. says, let's remember, this is what Kevin Bass says, let's remember just 3 years ago, 30% of Democrats believe that children should be taken away from unvaccinated parents. Then they wanted to, almost 60% of Democrats wanted to lock the unvaccinated in their house. They wanted to send unvaccinated, over 40% of Democrats wanted to send unvaccinated people to quarantine camps. They wanted to fine and imprison critics of vaccines, over about 45%. Let's don't forget who we're working against. Let's don't forget that's what these leftist ideologues want. They want control of me. They want control of you. It's just that easy. There's no other way to put it. They want to control us in everything we do, and if they can't, they want to lock us up for it. I mean, it's just that simple. So that's who we're against, or that's who's against us. We can't lose focus of that for the Epstein files or whatever else they throw up, or however else they try to separate us. We just can't lose focus of it. All right, moving on. Rod D. Martin on X.com. Trump just pulled the U.S. out of the World Health Organization. Good. We don't need to be in there. He had pulled us out before Biden put us back in. Look, we're not going to lose sovereignty to a world organization. We need to do what's right for us here. We need to do what's right for us here. I just saw some breaking news flash up, but I'll cover that tomorrow. I'm glad we're pulled out. Now, here's a big deal when it comes to the Ukraine-Russian war. This is from Nick Sorter at X.com. Of course, you can find it many other places. NATO is going to be buying $10 billion worth of our weapons. Now, if NATO chooses to give those to Ukraine or whatever, they can do that. There's also going to be a 50-day period for Russia to come to the table. Why am I okay with this, but I wasn't? Because it doesn't cost the American taxpayers any money. We're going to make a profit off this. I'm okay with that. And I don't know if you all figured that out through listening. I am a capitalist. I'm okay with this. Now, every time we get close, Donald Trump says, every time we get close to Putin and close to making a deal, then he reneges on it. Well, we gave Iran 60 days, and they learned that we were serious. And I'm not saying let's go to war with Russia, but I'm saying, hey, this 50 days, they should know Donald Trump is serious about timelines. So, good. I'm good that, the Europeans are going to have to pay for some of this. And this is about European security. If it's truly to deter Russia, yeah, go ahead and buy them from us. Why do we have to protect the world? We're expected to give all the military, all the weapons to allies, and then we're expected to pay a higher price in tariffs are going to there. They don't allow any of our stuff, and then lower tariffs coming in. That's what Donald Trump's trying to reverse. We aren't the nanny of the world. Anyway, I'm glad to see all this. Here's this. It was confirmed yesterday that Fauci's pardon was done with AutoPen. Republican Senator Rand Paul has officially issued a criminal referral to the DOJ because now Joe Biden and the New York Times, it's pretty clear he didn't know who was getting pardoned. He didn't know anything about it. Donald Trump even said that means that none of these even qualified. The only one Joe Biden signed was the one for his son, which, once again, if I'm president, if I've got any family members, I'll probably pardon them too. Not that I have any that need to be pardoned, but if that were the case, it's kind of the benefits of the job, So anyway, I'm interested to see what happens with Fauci. There's that. And then here's this. This is on Real Robert from X.com. Representative Tim Burchett confirms that Biden staffers were taking payoffs for the AutoPen pardon. So they were being bribed to pardon certain people. So not only was Biden not doing it, his staff was taking money in order to get whoever wanted pardoned. I'm a capitalist, but I'm not that kind of capitalist. I'm also a constitutionalist. Goodness. Okay, let's go to the Pam Bondi thing. This is from Clandestine on X. So let's look at the results. Bondi, Cash, and Bongino aren't going anywhere. Obama's cabal is under investigation for treasonous Russia hoax and election fraud. and penitions and turncoats have exposed themselves. The last weekend is an absolute win. I think that's right. I think that's right. I think that's where we need to be. We're seeing who's for Trump, who's against Trump, and everybody's exposed themselves. I'm good with that. On that same note, Donald Trump came out and said, hey, Dan Bongino's in good shape. He says, I spoke to him today. This was yesterday. Dan Bongino's a very good guy. I've known him a long time. Seems like everything will come together on that. And look, you're in some of the most powerful positions in the world with the most powerful people doing the most important stuff. There's going to be some friction. It didn't just get together at summer camp and sing Kumbaya, hold hands, pat little Sally on the booty, and hope she smiles at you. It's real world. Things happen. So anyway, little Sally, being that you're little Jimmy, I mean, let's, today's world you have to clarify because nobody has a sense of humor. Oh, he said. Anyway. Stupid people. Even the people I imagine are stupid. Trump's 30% tariff letter leaves the EU scrambling to bring U.S. on side. Good. We've told the EU, hey, we're about to hammer you with 30% tariffs. We've given you time. August 1st, we're go, baby. I'm good with it. Let's do it. It's working. We're taking billions of dollars in. June, we had a surplus of a budget for the first month in 9 years. I'm for all these things. All of this is good. So anyway, that's a quick update on what's going on in the news world today. Not a lot. Anyway, we'll be back. We'll do it all again tomorrow. I hope God blesses each and every one of you today.